Okay, so you want to land that operations research analyst job, right?
Yeah.
It's a field where even the job titles sound like they require a spreadsheet just to understand.
Yeah. Well, it's all about systems and optimization, so.
Exactly. And to ace those interviews,
Mhm.
we're diving into this YouTube video from how to become,
They're career coaches, right?
yeah, they claim to have the inside scoop on what it takes.
Should be interesting to see if they cut through the noise.
Totally, because generic advice only gets you so far.
Right. You need that edge, especially for a role like this.
For sure. So they start with the classic, tell me about yourself opener.
Oh, yeah. Everyone's favorite.
I know, right? Like, how do you make it not sound like you just rehearsed your life story?
It's about finding the sweet spot between hitting the keywords they're looking for and showing some genuine, passion for this kind of work.
They actually have this example where they pack in all these keywords.
Like what?
Data analysis optimization, Python MATLAB. It's like a bingo card for an OR pro.
But are they just listing them off? Or...
No, they're smart about it.
Yeah.
They say something like, my passion for continuous learning led me to master Python.
Ah, so it doesn't sound forced.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It shows you're not just checking boxes, you're actually driven.
Which is crucial in a field like OR where things change so rapidly.
You got to be one step ahead.
Exactly. Always learning, adapting.
Okay, so then they go beyond the surface level and talk about behavioral questions.
Uh-oh. The dreaded, tell me about a time when...
Yep, and their secret weapon, the STAR method.
Yes, a classic for a reason.
Have you found that to be super important in interviews?
I mean, it's almost unavoidable, right? It's how you structure your answers.
So you're not just rambling.
Exactly. Situation, task, action, result, reflection. It's like a roadmap.
And they actually give a really good example using the STAR method for an OR scenario.
Oh, that's helpful.
Yeah, it's about optimizing delivery routes, and they quantify the impact
As in...
in 15% cost reduction. That's huge.
Now, that's the kind of result that makes hiring managers pay attention.
For sure. It's not just theory, it's real-world application.
Which is what they're really looking for at the end of the day. And it's not just about saying you got results, it's about how you got them right.
Totally. So the video then digs into this whole other layer of the interview process, talking about model accuracy.
Oh, yeah, that's huge. Can't just have a fancy model if it spits out garbage.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They emphasize the importance of collaboration sensitivity analysis, historical testing. It's like they're building a case for why their approach works.
Which I think is smart. You want to show you're not just throwing darts at a board.
Right, you're thinking about all the angles.
And you're considering the real-world implications of your work.
Because a model that works in theory might fall apart in practice.
Exactly. So it's good they're addressing that. But then comes the question that everyone dreads, even those of us with years of experience.
Oh, you mean why should we hire you?
Yep, the ultimate test.
Like, how do you answer that without sounding like every other candidate?
Or without sounding like you're reciting your resume.
Right, because they've already read that.
Exactly. So this is where I think the How to Become video really shines.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
They suggest a three-part approach. Highlight your unique skills, emphasize your problem-solving abilities, and this is key. Link your past successes directly to business outcomes.
So it's not just I did this, it's I did this and it resulted in X.
Exactly. Quantifiable results. Measurable improvements.
I like how specific they're getting.
Because that's what hiring managers want to hear. They want to know that you understand the language of business.
Right.
That you're not just a number cruncher, but a strategic thinker.
So you're speaking their language.
Exactly. And showing them that you can add value to their organization.
Okay, so they've covered the big picture stuff, but what about the more specific questions?
Right, because every interview has those curveballs.
Exactly. And this video throws out a whole bunch, like handling massive data sets, dealing with tight deadlines, even some about specific software or programming languages.
Yeah, it can feel overwhelming. Like, how are you supposed to prepare for all of that?
Right, it's like they're trying to cover every possible scenario.
Which I guess is the point of their PDF guide, right?
Yeah, that's where they kind of transition into the sales pitch.
Which is understandable. I mean, they're providing a lot of free advice here.
Yeah.
But it's also a smart move on their part, right?
For sure. It's like saying, hey, we've given you the appetizer, but if you're really serious about acing this interview, we've got the main course.
Exactly. And for some people, that extra guidance can make all the difference.
Totally. But even without the guide, I think we've uncovered some really valuable insights from this video.
Oh, absolutely. It's all about approaching the interview strategically.
Right. Like you said, it's a game.
And you got to know the rules.
But you also don't want to sound like a robot just reciting memorized answers.
Exactly. You need to let your personality shine through.
Show them who you are.
And why they should want you on their team.
Because at the end of the day, it's not just about having the right skills, it's about being the right fit.
100%. They want someone who's not only capable, but also excited about the work.
Passionate, engaged.
Yeah. Exactly. Someone who's going to bring that energy and enthusiasm to the role.
And that comes across when you're genuinely interested, not just in the job itself, but in the company as a whole.
Absolutely. Which is why the questions you ask at the end of the interview are so crucial.
It's your turn to interview them.
Right. Show them you've been paying attention, that you're curious and eager to learn more.
And don't just ask generic questions. Come prepared with something specific.
Like what?
Instead of saying, "What's the team culture like?" Try something like, "Can you tell me about a time when the team faced a particularly difficult challenge and how they overcame it?"
Oh, I like that. It shows you're thinking critically.
Exactly. You're not just going through the motions, you're digging deeper.
And that makes a lasting impression.
So to wrap things up, when it comes to operations research analyst interviews, preparation is key.
Absolutely. Know your stuff, structure your answers, and don't be afraid to let your personality shine through.
Because at the end of the day, you are the expert on your own experiences and your own passion for this field.
And that's what will ultimately set you apart from the competition.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Thanks for taking this deep dive with me.
Anytime. It was fun.